Good afternoon, this is MetLoop meteorologist Nancy Koslick here with an update on Hurricane Matthew, as well as an outlook for this afternoon and some potential severe weather, which could be impacting the central portions of the United States by a little bit later on today. Now we're going to start things off with a look at Matthew and his current location. Still moving to the north at about 10 miles per hour, and it's still packing maximum sustained winds of 145 miles per hour at this time. Now, we're going to watch for the eye of Matthew to track over the very eastern tip of Cuba heading into the rest of today before he takes a jog to the northwest over the next couple of days. So what's going to happen is we've got a high pressure ridge, a subtropical ridge, which is hanging out in the Atlantic Ocean, and it's really going to help to push Matthew off to the west and toward the southeast coastline. Now, we are going to see that subtropical ridge begin to track off to the east eventually, but until that happens, unfortunately, it's really helping to steer Matthew toward the U.S. So we are actually already seeing some hurricane watches in effect for the east coast portions of Florida, and into the next several days, we're going to caution people to really be prepared for this storm. Now, while the eye of the storm may not actually make landfall for the state of Florida, you're still going to receive a lot of the impacts, which means we could be seeing hurricane force winds as well as embedded tornadoes, flash flooding, dangerous storm surge, and microbursts. And all of that can just be in the outer bands of Matthew. It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be near the eye. So please make sure that you're taking the necessary steps now to ensure your safety heading into the rest of this week. Now, for this afternoon, we're going to watch for the potential for some rather severe weather extending through the central plains thanks to that upper level low pressure system that continues to track its way across the Rockies and into the plain states. The associated frontal boundary that's with this system is really going to start to pop up that really strong to severe thunderstorm activity by later on today. In fact, we're looking for the potential for severe weather all the way from western Iowa and the eastern portions of Nebraska down through the majority of Kansas and into Oklahoma as well. So what we're going to look for with these storms is the potential for some very large hail, damaging winds, and some possible tornadic activity by later on as well. And really, the enhanced risk area for these storms is going to be into Kansas and the very northeastern portions of Oklahoma. So if you are in this part of the country today, make sure that you are listening out for your MetLoop alerts, especially heading into the rest of this afternoon and this evening. Here's a look at the future radar for the rest of this afternoon and into the overnight hours. Notice the very large swath of strong thunderstorms that make their way to the east through the central United States heading into the rest of today and tonight. Now, again, we are looking for the possibility for those very strong to severe storms, mainly from Iowa south into the state of Oklahoma. And of course, we will keep you updated. If you receive our MetLoop alerts, you will get those alerts as these storms approach your area. Keep in mind, if you live down into the southeastern United States along the East Coast, be preparing for the effects of Hurricane Matthew over the next several days as well, and we will keep you updated on Matthew's progress as we move through the rest of this week. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great afternoon.